Yeah. Tried to take something off of the fishing things. He tried to take it. He got electrocuted. Goodness. So.
I knew it was electrical, but I didn't know what
Yeah,
it did.
yeah.
So. Fishing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Eddie's home.
I can't remember his name.
Doing search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah, we worked together up there.
Okay,
Hey, Diane.
sure. Committee member Matthew Bechtel. Committee member Lena Tucker.
Present.
Committee member Bob Dalton.
Present.
Committee chair Wally Shreve.
Present.
Committee member Nancy Patton.
Here.
And committee member Deborah Sue Northern. Thanks.
And this won't be Joanne's first meeting, or?
I received word that she is out of town today. So, but we have been in contact with her.
Yeah.
Cecily has been in contact with her, and I'll be trying again to get in contact with her as well. So,
Okay.
Yep.
So for the rest of the committee, we have a new committee member named Joanne Solis. We'll possibly see her Saturday. I just haven't had a chance to talk to her yet.
sure. And I'll try calling her again and emailing her again as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to do one thing out of order, just because I know some other things that are going on. This actually isn't even on the agenda. I've talked to Sean and Dominic for Saturday, and we've done our coordination. Other people have as well. Also, I've got information on an ivy pole day, getting it out of the ground. So my question is, does anybody have anything else for Public Works? Because Greg actually has something he should go visit with someone at wastewater. So I think we've coordinated everything with Public Works. Does anybody need anything else from Greg? Just so he could get going, if not. Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Quick question on the medians. Is there any maintenance that we need to join in on with beautification?
So
It seems like there's a schedule.
there is a schedule that's been sent out to the
Mhm.
group
Monday.
that I saw. I know Patty's not here. And so I want to believe it's next week or the following week
It is.
in
I have
May.
it written down.
Okay, so you have it.
Okay.
And so I apologize. I think maybe we should I will forward that information to Diane, and that way you guys get it. And we probably should figure out how we get it into this group, since they are a subcommittee of that. So
I see some of their emails on this. It's a 12 o'clock noon at Tax Supper Club. It's a lunch. And I know we're all invited.
Oh, okay.
Where's the one?
Tax Supper Club,
Yeah, but what's the occasion?
it's for beautification,
It's just a thank you
Tack.
lunch.
right where Wells Fargo used to be,
What's the date?
Monday, the 22nd.
And then it seems like there's a median maintenance weeding end of the month.
Oh, I don't know. She'll have the schedule.
Yeah.
if you give me a second, I can pull it up from my phone. Here it
Mr.
is.
Chairman.
Hold on.
I'd like to go back to Greg.
Okay, this is, and I will forward it to Diane. She could put it to the group. So the workday is April 30th. The fourth Tuesday, at 8:30 is Main Street. So that's weed the median. So that starts the end of this month. Plant Fern Ridge, May 13th. That's a Monday at 8:30. This is a small planting, about 1 hour, 4 or 5 people needed. This is reading her posting. Plant the mediums. This is May 14th at 8:30, regular second Tuesday of, and that's for everybody. And
That's,
then
that's the big plant job,
I,
right?
I believe
That's the
so.
big one. Okay.
Yeah,
and
so
then on
make sure
May
you put that on
17th
your calendar.
On May 17th at Shea Point. And that is a Friday, and that's 8:30, and there's 5, 6 people needed. And then Clover Park would be, okay, there it is, May 20th. First meet at First Avenue and 22nd, and that's Monday at 8:30, needs 6+ people. And she is saying, I just read her final notes here. I know some of these days are very close together and asking a lot. We hope that we'll be able to plant these areas in the same period of time so they will grow and bloom together. We're so grateful for you and all your willingness to create the beauty in our community as we get closer to this time. Please let me know if there are any of these days will work for you. Patty.
I'm sure on the next Monday, she'll probably talk about that too, if you can make the lunch.
Is that everything or?
I think Deb had one thing. for
Yeah, I
Greg.
just wanted to report that I pulled Ivy for probably 2 hours the other day, and I'm gonna need Public Works to come up and get rid of the pile I have there on 16th and Fur. As you go in, you can't miss the pile I've got.
And now I'm the only one that knows right now?
Yes, you are.
Oh, that's scary.
It's recorded.
Let's make sure that gets conveyed. I'll try to convey that, but let's have that discussion with Dominic and Sean. I think Saturday they'll be in the park.
I had planned to call Dominic and let him know.
Yeah, okay. And that's for what was areas? So I can write it down.
It's 16th and Fur. The entrance.
Where we were before,
That's the southeast corner of,
And that sidewalk really needs to
where we were before.
be taken care of too. It hasn't been swept this season at all, or well, maybe once.
So Deborah, just make sure you turn in your time reports to me and then we can get it recorded.
Yeah.
Thank you.
anything else for Greg? All right, thanks, Greg.
Thank you, everyone.
Tell them they're doing a great job.
I will.
They are.
Yeah. Okay, so time reports, please send those in to Diane if you have any. Make sure they're sent in, not verbal, because we need them in writing. Public comment? Is anybody online? Again, we were overwhelmed with the public support, so thank you. Well, they're interested in what's going on. I can tell by Facebook. So, old business, cut the gut checkpoint at Sankey Park. I tried to link up with Legia twice with no luck. She's now stationary. I might be able to catch her now.
Yeah, because she had surgery.
Yeah. She can't run away.
Right?
Did you have any update on it?
I don't have any. I just know that they have officially opened registration for anybody who wants to do a cut the gut checkpoint. And so I know there's one here at City Hall that has been done with a group that has made a deal with the city to use the space.
Yeah.
So it's not unfamiliar to us. It's mainly a question of whether this is something we want to do, and do we have the manpower to do it? So the cruise is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on July 12th. And so the idea, I believe, was to have a checkpoint at Sankey Park. The question mainly is, do any of you have availability that day to be there, and what activities we would like to include in an event like that?
So
I know July 12th, I will not be here.
So question, is that the only one that goes off the main street?
I am not aware. I know that they have had checkpoints off of Highway 20 in the past, like on Josh Victor's property off of 18th.
Okay,
So not everything is right on Highway 20. However, a lot of it is. So that's the question is whether we could get the traffic.
right.
It might get a little messy.
Now, if we do register, we would be included in all the materials sent out to the registrants. But keep in mind that a lot of people who participate don't bother registering and don't
Right.
bother getting the passport
They
card.
just
and all
jump
that.
in.
So, yeah, so we certainly would get some folks coming through based on that registration and all that.
I think it's a great idea. They do send the, because when I had my store, they really organized how the route goes, and they let you do your own signage and all types of stuff. So it is a good thing. We could have balloons and stuff.
So of the group, who can be there?
I will.
I can
Deb,
be there.
Deb, Delina?
I could say tentatively I could be there. I just got to make sure.
What's the times again?
6
to
PM
8?
to 9 PM is the event itself. And
6
so
p.m.
you'd probably figure at least an hour before and after for setup and takedown.
I can be there.
Then they ask each
Matthew?
group to supply a gift.
Right, we'd want to organize this.
I-
I think we could put there's probably some city budget we could put into some swag that we could hand out.
And then also a door, because when I did it at my store, you had to give like I gave a basket with
Mhm.
worth about, I think it has to be worth $100. I'm not mistaken.
I've got a
So
bag.
I can put a basket together if the city could supply
Swag.
something.
We can certainly look into that. I think
Okay.
that's very, very doable.
Did you get the paperwork yet on it?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Because it will tell you on there, but yeah, I'll be happy to help out with that. I think it's fun.
Does anybody have a reason we shouldn't do it? Other than it's gonna make noise up in your neck of the woods?
It's far enough from my house. I guess it depends on whether the group, make the turn and go that far out of the main drag. I
Yeah.
guess that'd be the only drawback I can
Yeah.
see about it, but.
I think frankly, I think the main appeal is to have a really beautiful photo spot.
Oh, yeah.
Frankly, to have your classic car. And we could look into see what exact location we may even work out a way for people who participate to move their vehicle onto the plaza or some area that is not typically open to vehicles, so that it can be a better angle or picture. We'll have to do some
With the
research on that.
Bridge in the background, if they could.
Yeah,
could-
if we could find a good way to have the bridge in the background, I think that would be
That'd be cool.
Harvest Festival,
Big
we
draw.
pull people through the park every year
Yeah.
in that one rut loop, so I wouldn't think that would be unless it's soaking wet, and it shouldn't be on July
it'll be
12th.
dry.
It should be dry, so
Dry by then. I mean,
Is
what's
it-
your weather sense saying?
I think it's gonna be very dry
It's
that
gonna be
day.
very dry that day. Okay.
Does anyone do a photo shoot? In other words, you
Yeah,
go
they
to some
do.
events where they pull up to a sign and they get it and then
They
they
do.
post it on.
Some places have, because like I said, I've done this every year for when I have my store, but some places stop and you can play games and, there's just tons of stuff that you can do. I would give out a little bag of candy with a Hot Wheel in it. So anyway, whatever. There's just all kinds of stuff you can do as they drive, because they register. Well, like I said, some of them don't. We'll have to have a meeting so we can discuss how to put it together.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I love it.
Okay, so will
Okay.
the city take care of the registration?
Yeah, we can take care of the registration.
Okay,
And then they usually give you how to get through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll take care of registration and connecting with the chamber on all the details for that. I think we mainly just want to know about your support of who we can count on to be there, and then any suggestions you have for activities and something to draw people in there.
We'll have, after this weekend, we'll have to have a meeting and start
Yeah.
working on this.
yep.
Okay.
Okay,
Fun. Hot rods.
April, May, June, July, so,
Got a couple months.
yeah, I'll say probably May, we should have a meeting, then we're 2 months out, in case we actually need to do something more than
Yeah.
obviously comes to mind. I've never been in one of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a blast.
Are there a lot of people there?
Oh, yeah.
Then I wouldn't go. So,
But
Right.
There's a lot of
they
cars.
come through.
Find a place to stop on.
They
Main
come,
Street.
they come through, and if, I think they're gonna end up down at the Victor's property on 18th
yeah,
at the end, yeah, so it's fun. You get to see cool cars, lots of food, lots of people.
If you're a
We take our
people,
Mustang out.
Did
Okay.
you want to recommend a vote to, did you want to do a vote to recommend
I
to?
think we
was-
did it last month.
Okay.
We agreed to do it last month. So this
Oh.
is just the confirmation, just kind of going through who can be there. But
Thank you, Wally.
let's go ahead and do a vote. Matthew,
Oh, we were talking about last month.
What are we voting on?
if we're going to support the Cut the Gut checkpoint at Sankey Park on July 12th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Okay, we should support this.
Okay, Lena,
I support.
Bob,
For it.
Definitely.
Nancy,
Absolutely,
Deb,
Yes.
and I'll agree as well.
And so, Deborah and Lena, you're both available, and Nancy, you are available, or you're?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Deb,
Okay.
Lena,
Let's let the
Matthew, and
captain go.
Nancy have all
Oh, okay.
stated they'll work the project,
Mhm.
and we'll have a workshop in May.
Sounds great.
You could bring your Mustang.
All the people that were older than me, why they called us, and no one knows.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
We should just make something up
I
and
didn't
know what
name
you
it.
mean.
yeah.
something up that's vintage sounding, and that's it.
And that's.
Nobody can
been
tell
it.
you
I was
wrong.
That's
13
been
when I
it
first started
forever.
cutting the gut.
Yeah.
I didn't name
It's-
it.
It's
After the
full
la-
of that in other towns too. I was kind of I was actually looking it up, and there's other little towns
I
that
think my
that's what they
dad-
call it.
My dad graduated in 58, and I believe that they called it cut the gut back then
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
Sorry, Dave, when I Googled it, it was talking about trout fishing. I don't know what the definition was there.
Maybe that's where it comes from.
Cut the gut.
I tried to research it, but that's all I could
Oh,
find.
That's
I
funny.
have to ask my dad about that.
Okay, I think we're good on Cut the Gut.
Okay.
So, I think we're good on new business. Welcome our new Park and Tree member, Joanne. She just got appointed on the committee last Tuesday night, so
Yes.
it was questionable for her being here this week anyway, so we'll either see her Saturday or next month. Okay, Arbor Day. By the way, before we go too far, I think we're going to be done in plenty of time, but I do have to leave at 10 o'clock.
Today?
I have a doctor's appointment in Eugene at
Oh, boy.
11, so
We can do that here.
yeah, you're missing the MRI.
Maybe you and I both.
Yeah. Okay, Arbor Day.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, so before we're good, I want to make sure we cover a couple things.
I got my notes.
Okay, so do we have the new award package? Lena, was that in the box?
So, what's not in the box is a flag. So we need the flag. I'll grab that.
The two Arbor Day flags?
Well, we just need one, probably.
Angela took the Arbor Day flags home to straighten them out and
Okay.
iron them. So she'll have them for the event. Mhm.
Okay.
These are normally-
So did we receive the award from the state?
We did.
We did? And
Yes.
so what year is it?
Is it 37 now? Angela, do you recall?
I think it's more than that.
Yes, it's 37 and we don't actually get an award. We just get stickers to put up on our signs.
Yeah,
And
no, I
and then
just
we
wanna
get
know
just
the
a
year.
little leaf.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
important.
yeah, it's 37.
if I'm gonna talk, I need to know what to say. So
Yeah. it's
that was the one
37.
thing I didn't know.
Oh, and I have the memorandum at the desk for you.
Okay, I'll grab it when we're done.
Okay.
Okay,
Got some more. Got a few more facts and.
okay, good. And so, I was at the park yesterday, so I'm gonna stick with the Arbor Day before we move on to Kid to Park thing. So, you said we have the tree.
We have the tree and I'll get with Dominic and Sean again about pre-digging a hole and placement
Yeah,
and, oh, I thought I had it on. Sorry.
I turned it off.
Okay. So, we have the tree.
Yep.
I'll get with them about timing for
Mhm.
re-digging and all that good stuff. It's a nice dogwood. It's nice and tall and it was actually blooming when I looked at it a couple weeks ago. So
and it's
hopefully it's still blooming.
white, correct?
It is a pink
Pink,
flowering
okay.
dogwood. Yeah, so we'll have some different color. Plaque, Bob? Status of the
Yeah,
plaque?
what's the status on our plaque?
So
Angela?
I am working with the funeral home because the plaque is actually stone if you look at the other ones in there. So they are trying to match the ones we have. I had to get the measurements. So I am working with them. We will not have it by that day.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a little bit longer. So as soon
Okay.
as as soon as I get that in, I will let you all know and we can all go down there and place that together. So, but I am working with them because it's not a like a brass plaque or anything. So they're trying to match the ones we have in there. So
Sure.
as soon as I know, I will let you guys know.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'd like to say that when I told my dad about this, and I told him that we were planting a tree in Grandma Molly's name, and he wanted to know if he was invited. So I went out to the car and got him one of my flyers and
Oh,
gave it to him and told him he was officially
That is
invited.
mom.
there you go.
Yes, because
That's
that's
his
his
mother,
Molly is his
of course.
mother.
Yeah. What is her last name?
Andrews.
Andrews. Thank you.
Yes. And that was cute.
And I have a quick question for you guys. How many pop-ups are you guys gonna want? And we'll stick them in the hut. We'll make sure to have them in the hut ahead of time.
Pop-ups.
3.
3? Okay.
3? Okay, because there are tables in there, but I need to just make sure we have that stuff and we'll just put it in there so that it's already in the park.
Okay.
So we'll have, so the tables and the pop-ups will be in the hut?
Yeah, we'll be there to unlock it, but I just want to have it all there ahead of time.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And I got with Sean yesterday on it. So we're good for getting in the hut and
Uh,
getting anything out
At noon?
whenever.
That's our.
Yeah, it
that's kind
says
of our
12.
setup.
Yeah.
We said 12.
Oh, hold on. We'll get to that.
Come on, man.
I'm still working on Arbor Day.
Oh.
Okay, so the mayor cannot be there.
Summer.
Correct? That's my understanding.
That is correct. She told me she can't make it. She has other things scheduled that day.
Okay,
Next in line,
So-
Trask.
I'm thinking Dave will be there at least to stand near me. Somebody's got to look good. Yeah. Yep. And my plan is we have this set up from 2 to 4 at 2 o'clock to initiate the Arbor Day event at 2 and then follow it into the Kid to Park. So everything will go after that. And I'm gonna, just for reference, I pushed this Kid to Park part because it's my opinion from past experience that people are not excessively thrilled about Arbor Day event and coming to it. We get some turnout, but it is limited, but it seems like anything to do with kids, we get a much larger grouping. So, yeah, so if we push the kids, that'll bring people to the Arbor Day event. And then they'll learn more about Arbor Day and what it's about.
So Chairman, can I chime in here a little bit? I think
You
it's, I
can.
think the Kid to Park Day is great. We cannot get rid of the Arbor Day portion of it though, because that is what we get our grants toward. That's what our Tree City USA part is for. So we have to make sure that we emphasize that Arbor Day. Adding the Kid to
Yes.
Park, I think is great. But we
Got
just
it.
need to make sure that we have a focus on the Arbor Day for the event because that's the part that we report on for the grant and for our Tree City USA. Just want to make sure that you all know that that's where we get that certification from. And this is the event that is incorporated with that certification.
I
Yep.
think we're good because we'll
We
do
got
the
it.
proclamation. We have this tree. We'll do our normal talk about Arbor Day. We have handouts. So I think
We got it a million
or
times.
officially we've got that part covered. So
I think this will be just like last year where we did the dog park opening, and the dog nail trimming and everything else after the Arbor Day event. So,
We
Yep.
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
so this year is just Kid to Park Day, but
Kids and dogs. I mean,
yeah. We'll see what next year is.
Emphasize on
Yep.
planting the tree on Arbor Day for Molly.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. So we'll do the proclamation. Sound system or a speaker box. Do we have one? Is that correct? The city does?
we do.
I'll bring it. I will bring it. I have it. I'll make sure everything's working beforehand.
Okay. Were you thinking something there?
I'm just wanting to make sure, Angela, we have a plan B if you're not not available.
I'll be available by that time. I just might not feel great, but I'll be available. And it's not that hard to set up. I'll set it all up and we just need to make sure we have an outlet, which I know where one is that's close.
All right. Well, don't be surprised if you're dismissed
Ah,
from the event.
Yeah. I'm not
from
contagious. I'm not
anything else.
contagious, just so you all know. So
can't hear you.
I just have to stay good for a while.
Anyway, just so you all, no offense to Angela, I'm just always protective of her health. And
Yeah.
so,
Oh, yeah.
but
It'll
if
be
she's
gone.
not doing it, it'll be me or Diane and we'll get it done.
Yep.
I'll be here as well. I'll be there as well. So
Okay.
it's,
And Sean's gonna be there as well. He said he's be there Saturday, so
We'll be all right.
we're pretty well covered.
So question, are we gonna have some chairs?
Yeah, we'll pull chairs out of there. There's chairs in the Girl Scout hut
Yeah.
we
Okay,
can pull out for people.
some.
Okay. Think that covers Arbor Day. Yeah.
Do we have Frisbees?
Oh, no,
No, we're
that's
not.
Kid to Park.
Oh,
They're not there yet.
Okay.
I just drew the line.
And they're discs if you're playing the
Yes,
golf.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a plethora of trees, shrubs and flowers.
Ah, good.
Looking good. So, what I thought I would do with
Those is like last year, we'll set up our park and tree booth with the Arbor Day information, the park maps and the plants, and I'll just kind of hang out there to tell people about plants and give things away till they're gone.
Okay.
When I say plethora, I'm like about 2 dozen. That's
Oh.
about all I've,
Still a good amount.
it's still quite a variety of things, so.
Yep. Those are the only trees that I've planted that live so far. The ones that I got
from the
2 years
woods.
ago.
Mm.
Everything else I bought died.
Okay.
So I don't know what the difference is, but they lived.
You have to talk to it.
Oh, I talked to it.
Nice words.
Oh.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Arbor Day part should go pretty much as normal. I don't think we'll have any major changes there. I'm gonna guess it'll take 20 to 25 minutes of our time when we kick it off, and it'll never happen exactly at 10. We'll have a south of the border 10 o'clock kickoff ish.
Mexican
o'clock.
time.
2 o'clock. Yeah,
Sorry.
definitely not at 10. Two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna be there at 10 because there's other things that got to get done. So, okay. So, moving on to the Kid to Park. First thing, I already bought the hot dogs. I'm gonna pick up the buns while I'm in Eugene today, and the ketchup, mustard, and relish. They don't have the triple pack, at least in Albany.
Costco,
Yeah, Costco. They didn't.
they do here.
What's here?
Albany.
There were none.
I
No,
saw 'em. Okay,
no.
whatever.
I'm gonna go to Eugene
Yeah.
today, and hopefully they have them there.
But you got the hot dogs.
I have the hot dogs.
Yeah.
That area is complete. I've got crock pots to keep them warm in. Oh, by the way, I got my food handler's certificate so that my son and his girlfriend both have them, but I got mine just because I want to actually know what we're supposed to do and know how bad I violate things at home. So I just point it out every time I do it now to my kids.
Have bleach water.
Yeah, we have everything. Yeah. So and I've got a boiler, a turkey cooker
Yeah.
boiler to boil them in to hit 165. So
Awesome.
we're good. So that part's taken care of. You have boats.
I do. I have the boats, cups, punch, ice, and napkins.
Okay. That should take care of it for food. So we couldn't
So-
buy cookies for the event. Yeah. We might.
So those particular cookies that we had last year were out of our price range.
Oh, yeah.
I think non-decorated cookies or that are not custom made, I think we can probably work something out on
Why
that.
can't we just get them at Safeway?
Well, that's what I was gonna say,
Yeah.
just,
$5.
Yeah, that's
I don't know how many are in a package, but I'm figuring 100 to 150 cookies.
I think with those big ones that they had, the clamshells, usually there's at least 20 to 25.
Couple dozen.
Really?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I
4 in
think
there
there'd be a couple
probably.
dozen.
Okay,
So
so if somebody picks that up,
much was one of those clamshells? Anybody remember?
The dozen ones are like $5, so I
Yeah.
think the bigger ones are.
Like
Yeah,
$5
less
or
than
something
10.
like that. So,
Yeah, it's less than $100 bill.
right, that's fine. We can work
So we
with
don't
it.
have to donate plasma then?
No, I think we can
Okay.
handle that, yeah.
And if you pick
Okay.
them up
So
on
then-
Friday, if you pick them up on Friday, sometimes they do the $5 Friday thing at Safeway. So if you look on Fridays,
Oh.
you might be able to get them
Yep.
cheaper.
That's
That's
what
what
I-
I would
Okay.
do.
Mhm.
So before had to, so it's been approved, so it's okay to turn the receipt in then, because we had to do that.
As
in
long as you have
advance.
the receipt for it, my department at least has the budget for it, so.
Okay. So who's gonna pick them up? Want me to?
Yeah, if you would.
If,
I'm listening.
just thinking,
Or is it easier if somebody from here does it?
Could be.
probably it's probably easier if it's on a city credit card.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
rather
gonna
than
say,
a
Blair,
reimbursement.
the way that I enter them, it would probably be easier if we get them.
Right, that way we don't have to handle reimbursement checks and everything.
I can borrow
Yeah.
your credit card if you want me to.
Credit cards up there, you need.
I appreciate the offer. I will,
Okay.
just, I can take care of it. Give me.
All right,
We discussed, how many did you want total?
150, did you say?
yeah, I would think 150. That, I have 150 hot dogs.
Yeah.
So,
I can take care of that.
okay,
Thank you.
Thank you
thank you.
very much.
Mhm.
all right. I never even saw these other cookies a year ago, so.
Do you know
Gee,
what they
they're-
were per cookie, like $2 a cookie?
I don't,
They were
yeah,
expensive.
don't recall, but they were pricey.
Huh.
Well,
nice.
it was also unexpected. There was some miscommunication on the arrangement. So.
Oh.
She's
that was
expensive,
part
but
of-
it-
That was
stuff
part of
good.
the issue.
Okay. So that takes care of the food.
Okay.
And I'll get with Sean where we set up at, because we're gonna need some electrical power for the crock pots. And I have I'll bring an extra canopy if we need it for that alone.
Well, I think if you ask Angela, when she does the movies in the park, there's a whole bunch of, isn't it around that flagpole or something? Electrical stuff?
Yeah,
Well, there's a
so-
power outlet at
power
almost every light pole. So Sean
Well,
can
no,
hook me up.
there's not. There's two poles that have power, but there's also an outlet on the side of the bridge and there's outlets on the bridge itself. So typically
Okay.
we'll run an extension cord from the side of the bridge down to wherever we're gonna be. The poles have to be hooked up, but Sean, if he knows which one, he could probably turn one on. But we have a lot of extension cords too, so we'll just make sure, just bring long extension cords and we'll make sure to have ours thrown in there too, just to, in case we need them.
Yeah, I have 100-foot welding cord that'll,
Oh,
Cover
that's
it.
that's more than enough to reach the outlet on the side of the bridge.
well, it's huge. I won't lose it. It's just a couple crock pots, so. Okay, so that takes care of the food for that. The next part is the games. So I went to Bend and picked up 2 cornhole games for my buddy. And then Dominic has one, so that gives us 3 cornhole games to be set up.
And you talked to Dominic about,
Yeah,
okay, so that,
and he said you did also.
I know. So we
Yeah,
both
he told me I was
covered it.
late and I was a terrible person. Yeah,
Okay.
Nancy, you have, as I call it, the parachute thing?
I do.
Okay,
Then we decided to put the ball in the middle of it. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what that is, you guys?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and you have a big parachute,
Yeah,
you
big-
have a circle of kids to.
Yeah.
play
They can
ball?
go under it, hopefully not
I did
on
that.
it.
I did that in elementary school.
Me too.
Yeah, it's fun. Keeps them busy.
huh. And
You
we
didn't,
did,
you didn't do that?
no, I don't
Not
think
even
they had
military?
parachutes when I was a kid.
Not even in the military?
Yeah.
Jumping off rows without a parachute.
Yeah. The Jenga game,
I have it.
you have it.
It's not as big as I thought, so.
Is
It
it-
says giant. It'll
This?
get, you can do about a 4-foot tower.
Okay.
So it'll either have to go, on the level plaza or maybe one of the picnic tables there. We can look
Yeah.
at it, but it's nice.
Okay,
So, I mean, they're about that long. It's definitely an outdoor one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think bigger than that makes it harder for kids to handle anyway.
I think it's probably a good size for kids. So depending on heights of kids and stuff, we can either put it on cement or set it up on a picnic table. But yeah, it'd be fun.
okay, good.
Got that.
And Connect Four,
That's the only one I'm having a trouble with,
okay,
but I'm working on it. 'Cause
Okay.
Peggy, that's what I'm trying to text her right now. She hasn't got back with me, but I will, even if I have to go to the office today, I'll find out.
okay.
Because the Jamboree usually uses it out there
Oh,
in their bar area. It's a big, yeah,
yeah, big plastic one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know kids seem to like that thing.
yeah, they do.
great.
I think.
I
they're-
like playing
Oh,
it. I played one.
okay, so we know where Blair will be.
I'm not good at the cornhole, but I'm better at the Connect Four.
Oh.
But I only play against my kids, so that's probably why.
Okay, if you can't get the Connect Four, I don't know who Peggy is.
I
But-
do.
Peggy at the Jamboree. Peggy
Yeah,
Peters.
Oh, it's a
I can go-
Jamboree person thing.
Yeah, it is. So I'll go into the office today because
Okay,
probably better that I do that anyway.
yeah, if you don't have any luck, let me know, because
Okay.
in my mind, I believe I saw one at Little Promises,
Oh,
but it was years ago, but I don't think they get destroyed very easily.
What
So,
was it
Little
again?
Promises.
yeah, it just seems like I remember seeing one in the gym. But that was a long time ago. It doesn't mean they even still have it, but
Right.
I could stop and ask. So, and then I have the tic-tac-toe game, which it's made out of rope. And then the only thing I haven't done is figure out what I'm going to use for placements that they use to place it. So they do it. I didn't think about it. I saw it yeah, I know. I saw it at May Day, and then we did it in Mexico at the youth group or the youth mission trip. But you put the rope down, make 4 ropes, you make a tic-tac-toe pattern, and then you come back maybe 20, 25 yards from it, and you put a line down, and then you put 2 stacks. Now they used, I don't remember what they used in Mexico, but it was like you got red and blue, and the kids start back there, and it's just a free for all. You can take one at a time, and they have to run down and place it, and then run back and get their next one, and then run down and place it. And it's the first one to get the 3 in a row, like you do tic-tac-toe. But if you're slow, well, the other person might get 2 of them in. So
Oh,
it's just a little more additional, and it gets them some exercise. Yeah. And I was going to use rocks, but then I was afraid kids would throw them. So,
Just bean bag things.
yeah, but then I don't have those. So,
you do for the cornhole, but you don't want to use those.
no. So I'll figure something out. I mean, that's just a thing. So I haven't figured out what the thing is. So I'll find some things in Eugene today and
Frisbees.
yeah.
You can get
So,
my
I
frisbees
do
and
have
use
the
it.
Smoky Bear hold up frisbees. We could use those. I mean, because they're about,
Yeah, but what color are they?
there were multiple colors. I think we got 4 colors.
So you want the red, something red and something.
Oh, I just saw
Um,
red,
colors.
blue, red and green. It could be orange
Hey,
and green. It
Wally.
could be orange and black,
um,
green and yellow.
But do
mix.
the kids all run at once?
Hey, just a note, if someone wants to go out to the storage building out back, there's a whole lot of different, like there's gunny sacks for races, but there's like, other kinds of bean bags and stuff out there. I don't think we've gotten rid of them. There's a whole bunch of different other kids' activities that we don't normally use. So instead of buying something, there may be something out there that you can use. There's a whole shelf near my Harvest Festival shelf that has all sorts of different kid things back there. So if someone wants to go out with Wally out back and see,
I can,
might save you a trip to
Okay.
have to find
You have
something.
a
I'll hold
doctor's
off then.
appointment.
Cool.
Buying anything, yeah, that would be nice. I just hadn't figured out something to put out there yet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff out there that we rarely ever use that's not associated with Harvest Festival that you could probably use for something like this.
Yeah.
I'll, after this meeting, I can take anybody who wants to go out to that.
You have a doctor's
Building.
appointment.
Yeah, I can't go, but
You can't, but
I'll go.
okay.
I can go too.
So the next thing we need to do is assign people to projects. So Lena's already going to be at the table.
Table trees and I'll put the
Yeah.
Jenga close and
She can put
watch
that.
that, get kids going on that.
Okay. So I got you down for Jenga and the table. Nancy, can you do, since you have the parachute game and you've seen it done,
Yep.
can you do that?
Yep.
Okay. Who wants to do the cornhole tournament or cornhole area? And that's basically, in my mind, it's just keeping kids from throwing them up into the trees and throwing them,
At each other.
yeah, at each other and other places. It's just a management process.
They're not gonna really keep score.
They can. I mean, this is
Together.
for, and this is one I'm expecting adults to play at as well. So,
Right. Cause it's a cutthroat game if you're gonna do it for real.
oh yeah, yeah, we're not going for that real. So who wants to do cornhole?
Is the food covered completely?
Yeah, the food.
Food service?
Well, no,
Sounds food.
if you want to do food,
And you can
Well, I
do
was gonna
something
say
else.
food.
I'll do cornhole.
There you go. Trade.
Okay.
He has his food handlers too.
Go around
Yeah.
together and help everybody.
Matthew, Joey, Faith, because they can't separate.
Have you
Those
had the
two.
Frisbee course?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, frisbee golf.
No, disc golf.
Oh,
You
disc.
cannot call it frisbee.
Sorry, disc.
Well, Bob, I'd actually put you down for that in my mind.
Well, why don't you just have me do that then?
Okay.
So the tree climbing guy's not available.
He's not available.
Totally
They have
bad.
their kid has a soccer game, so he can't be there. So that leaves tic-tac-toe. Oh man, that's what I was gonna put Joey on. Because I think if they had a single kid, he would run with them. So I'll put him down there. Also, we'll see how it goes on your end, Matthew. And then that leaves Connect Four.
If I can get it. If not, like Angela said, there's games back there we
Yeah.
can go look at.
And with Connect Four, it's pretty
Yeah.
Yeah,
self-directed, so it's just making sure people take turns.
free for all.
Yeah, I don't know why she hasn't got back with me.
Okay. So that takes care of the assignments. So we need to be there, in my mind, at 12 to start doing setup to get, I want to be able to walk the Frisbee course.
Have
you
we
know.
got everything we need for that?
The Frisbee's taken care of. You have the Frisbees, I have the flags, they're numbered.
Bring in like 4 buckets, planters, right? On 4 or
Yeah.
5.
Yep. 5 would be good.
Those ginormous colored tomato cages.
Yeah, we have tomato cage on here.
You know what I'm? talking
Question
about?
mark.
You know what I'm, come on.
Tomato cage.
I know what a tomato is.
I thought I
They're
had
silver,
big
right?
giant
No.
This the
ones.
wire thing that goes in the
I have-
ground?
I have, you can get them painted now, so I've
Oh.
got.
Yep,
What
got
giant
colored
ones?
ones
She's
like
got
this.
the fancy ones. I got the
Yeah,
old
but
plain
they're-
Janners.
Yeah,
You
same
know.
here.
I
I don't think
buying
they,
really big ones, so they're about this.
Oh,
this
really?
big.
I don't
Even
think
that
they're big
big.
enough around, are they?
See if I can throw a frisbee in it.
But do you have them?
I don't know, it's just something
The
different.
Depends
disc.
on how far you have to throw the thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But is the disc gonna get caught in it?
That's
Uh,
okay, that's a score.
Yeah, that would be good.
They're the smaller discs.
I can throw one in and.
Bring
if
bring
you-
plenty
Right.
of stuff and I'll bring stuff and
we'll see what works.
yep, and Public Works has a couple wheelbarrows
Okay, cool.
so we can sit
That'll be
down.
good.
So I think that will take care of that. So
So I have a comment. So I've been putting up, and so has Deborah been putting up flyers.
yeah,
And then I had to come to a stop because Ashley's grandfather is on hospice now. And anyway, she's there all the time. And anyway, pretty emotional and pretty intense. So,
Yeah.
and Ashley doesn't drive. So anyway, but we're going to go back out today after in a little bit and finish putting them up.
okay.
These to be put up today as well, or?
Well, anything that we have. We did quite a bit though. She went,
What's well?
I did most of Long Street and anyway, we've
Yeah.
done quite a bit. So do
Okay.
you want us to fold these while we're sitting here?
Yeah. So anything else for Kid to Park and Arbor Day?
LLIE. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
What?
Her name is spelled wrong.
Mollie. Molly is not how you spell Molly's name.
Really?
No.
Because I got corrected on the 2 L's to at least go to 2 L's from 1. Oh, I did. That's good to know.
The book hasn't been made yet.
Darn. Angela, did you hear that? Surely I wrote it down when I.
Oh, that's
gave her the
me.
Words, now I'm nervous.
This is me.
So I didn't create the flyer that Wally has, so.
Okay,
Um,
but the plaque is Mollie, right?
yeah, I have the,
Okay.
from your
Okay.
email. Well, and it hasn't
Good.
been created yet, so we're still,
Okay.
we're still working out the colors and stuff on it, so it hasn't been carved yet.
Thank you.
It's all good.
I actually looked it up on the internet and found Molly's Bakery spelled with a Y''S.
Is that it?
Anybody that? knew
Yeah.
Molly
Sweet Home?
that-
Yeah.
That put it in the paper then. or
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's where I found it at, and I went, oh, okay,
I'm sad.
this is it.
He said it's gonna be corrected.
Well, the plaque
Yeah.
will be correct, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's okay, Deborah.
the plaque will definitely
That's a
be
big
correct.
one.
Yep.
It's okay.
They typically, before they start engraving the stone, they usually send a proof for everybody to verify. If you'd like, we can send that to you.
Sure, I mean, Angela's right
Deb-
here, so she's got.
Yeah,
it,
Deborah,
so
that was my plan. As
After
soon
this
as we get,
conversation, I'm sure we'll get it right.
Oh, you didn't, this is
I
just
understand.
this is just a me problem.
Well, you
I-
can learn, right?
I know where Molly's Bakery was and I know what I got in there to eat, but how it was spelled was another story. Kind of like
Yeah, Deborah-
asparagus. I could buy it at the store, but I couldn't type it out what I want, so.
yeah, Deborah, just to confirm, I do have the spelling of her name, the spelling that you gave me, but like I said, we're not to that point yet. And as soon as we get all the colors and the stone figured out, they will send me a proof and I'll forward that to you for approval.
Good enough.
Okay. So I think we're good for Saturday. Weather's great. Yes.
They're good.
So, moving on, to new business, one other item that I got a phone call from Dominic on that completed a project we had, which was pulling ivy. And the high school to park is May 3rd. So he's going to apply the kids to Sankey Park to go pull ivy. So so if you guys can put it on your calendars, if you can make it, May 3rd, it's a Friday. The kids about 10 o'clock, they come over and they're there. It's with their class period. So they're there till about 11:15-ish. So, and he said that we could expect a lot of kids. So they will be out there pulling roots, ivy and everything else. And he said he thought that was a better idea than trying to put a machine in there. And because he didn't think he could get Angela not to kill him if he hurt some plant. So.
Oh, he's so dramatic.
What time?
Although,
10.
although I question whether a bunch of high school students are not going to be as destructive as a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll supervise.
Yep.
Yeah, but he
So-
can blame it on the kids this time, so he knows I won't get as mad.
Yeah. So if you put that down on your calendar, May 3rd, about 10, and I'll send a note to Diane and have her send that out beforehand. Just a reminder to the group.
This is at, where is the Ivy Pool at Sankey Park?
Yes,
or- okay.
Southeast Sankey Park.
That's
Up there,
what I
we
thought. Okay.
pulled before.
16th Avenue and Fur Street.
Yep.
16th and Fur by the trails, what's it called?
South Hill Trails.
South Hill Trails. Right. That's
Yep.
that entryway to the park is
Yeah.
part of that.
Yep.
Maybe some of the kids that aren't hauling weeds, they could sweep. You said it needed to be swept
Oh,
really
there's
bad,
lots
the
of-
sidewalk.
That
Yeah. So we'll
you
get with them, I'll get with Dominic again before that and go from there. Dominic has that and the school have that side of it. So. Okay. So one other new business that's old is Sankey Park Improvement Phase 3. Dave and I have been talking with Knife River, and it sounds like Knife River is willing to donate the concrete for the slab. So for the structure. And we've calculated I got a structural engineer to calculate the rock, and we're going to work on see if we can get that donated next week.
Okay.
So as a minimum, with the rest of the project, we could do the concrete and have a pad sitting there like we talked about, and then figure out what type of a structure could go up afterwards.
Mhm.
So so I was thinking about this. If they donate the concrete and somebody donates the rock, that cost offsets part of our match, correct?
It would be considered a donation and part of our match, yes.
Right. Which does that then free up a little bit extra cash for say the power running over to it and water?
So we still have to have the same amount of match. That would just count toward our in-kind match. Now we'll have to you'll need to get an estimate of what it would cost. And then that way we could see what we estimated in the actual cost of the project as opposed to what the match is going to be. And then we'll have to compare the costs and see what we would still need left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, I mean, if you can get kind of a rough number on what the value of their.
Oh, he'll give that to us.
Okay.
Tyler wanted to give it to me the other day, but I said, wait until you get it approved.
It sounded like they were pretty excited about doing it, the whole thing, and I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but I was really, to be honest with you, I was kind of shocked that they were so onto it and stuff. And then the Brees, the guy, I think that's the name, he's going to see us tomorrow at 4:00 and tell us how much it's gonna be for gravel, how much it needs to be taken care of, and then get some help. Hopefully we can get some help that can spread concrete when they have to do it. And so to me, it's a pretty big deal. We're just hoping and praying that that's what happens. So,
Yep.
Hopefully it does.
Yep.
Yeah. So
But
anyway,
just a heads up, it was looking good, especially when the guy's getting a hold of us.
Yeah.
To complete the project. So
That's great.
I was happy to hear that. I did have to tell him that I can't calculate the support post areas or size because we don't know what we're putting up because you have to go out for bids, when we finally get to that point. So, but that's a small amount of concrete.
I think
Yeah. Yeah.
it's one of those situations, we need to make a decision, and we have to go for people to do it rather than the one we want.
Yeah.
But gotta do something.
Yeah.
Well, the tough part was, when I went back just this last month or so to get an update on cost, and they had considerably jumped from what you and I originally, I mean, instead of being that 60-some thousand, we were talking more closer to 90. So, I mean, the longer we wait, building costs and construction materials have really went up.
I wonder if we can have a pad board that is more of a, I guess I'm thinking of of something that's multi-purpose that could work whether there's a roof on it or not.
Yeah.
And so in that little area, if you have some sort of semicircular
With the
concrete
amphitheater.
pad, that can be just that kind of a platform by itself.
Mhm.
And then later, if you're going to put something on it to cover it, you know, obviously they're going to need footings and things like that, but you can, depending on how thick your pad is, you can cut through in the right spot
yeah.
to put those footings. And so maybe we just focus on what is the footprint of the pad that we want, and we move forward.
Well,
with
that's
that.
what I looked at, the 24 by 40, because that's what we talked about for a building size. And then I was talking with someone, and I just happened to look over and realize that my RV carport is 24 by 40. I was like, oh, I can actually go see what it looks like because I'm standing here right next to it. I kind of walked around and thought, yeah, if this whole thing was a pad sitting there, you know, with your access like we talked about, that would be perfect. And
So
that's
can
plenty of room for people to put up pop-ups on it if they wanted to do a family gathering there. You know, it's a flat surface for things to happen at. A wedding could easily happen there with the Sankey and the Whittle Bridge in the background. And
The hillside.
Okay, so hey,
Yeah.
just real quick, just to keep this in mind, and a concrete slab is fine, but this will all need a building permit. And so if we do end up finding a structure and this pad isn't comparable with whatever structure we build, I just want to make sure that if we do this, that we're thinking about, I mean, and you guys have already stated that you're thinking about the future, but we wouldn't want to have to spend extra money having to redo this slab for whatever structure that we want to put on it, because the building permit, there will need to be engineering, there will need to be a bunch of different things. And the city has to do a building permit just like anybody else. And so we really want to think about what is going to be required for that building permit and the engineering before we go and lay that down. I think it's great that they're going to donate that. We just want to make sure that we're taking the steps so we don't end up paying more in the long run when we do get a structure. So we have had people do that. They just go ahead and do something and then they come back saying, oh, we thought this would be adequate enough, and then they have to take it out and redo it. So we want to make sure that we don't go down that path, and we really think about that before we lay a pad down.
Thank you, Angela.
I'll have a conversation with our building inspector.
well, that's what the
Good talk.
structural engineer that I talked to stated. He said, you know, he said, do you know what your building is? And I said, no, not yet. And he goes, well, then you can't get your exact concrete measurements. He said, but if you know the size of the building you want to put in, you could pour your slab now. He goes, and then you just cut out for your support, your foundation supports, and drop the tubes and pour that afterwards.
Right. And I'll verify, I'd like to verify that with our building inspector, because he's the one who's ultimately going to make that decision.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt that he'll probably say the exact same thing, but I'd
Yeah.
just like to verify.
Yep. Yeah, because all they're going to do, they pour them separate anyway.
Mhm.
You know, that's what Mike was telling me. He said, we don't pour that. You pour that first, you know, and you put the slab down, or you put the slab down, cut it out because it's follow on.
It's like when if you build a pole building or something like that. I mean, all the structure is in those poles, and the footings
Yeah.
are just those poles. And
Yep.
you can build one of those pole buildings without a floor at all, or you can build it over something that already has a concrete floor or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of digging those foundation, those piers for the poles themselves.
Yep. Okay. So that's where we're at for that. So, any other new business?
We forgot to approve the minute.
Yes.
Minutes.
So I think it will be good at this point if we review last month's minutes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe next month we'll get the chairman to follow the agenda.
Not on there.
Is it?
Oh, that paid double.
It is not on there.
It's not on the agenda.
Oh,
Just have to add it right up
Yeah.
after the Pledge of Allegiance.
Sorry about that. We have a little issue with the agenda.
I don't think it would have helped me anyway.
All right.
We can.
Yep. I'm just being fair.
Wally says we can blame him anyway.
Yeah.
Taking the blame for everything today, Mr.
Yep.
Chairman.
That's good.
Leadership.
I see a mistake or a confusion here on Ivy Pull at Sankey Park. Shreve stated that he doesn't want to schedule another pull until the roots are out where they are at. I don't understand that.
I was just stating that I don't want us to go out and do another giant cut and pull before we get the roots out of the ground from the previous one.
Oh,
That was all.
well, those roots have already taken root again.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
whatever you go out there and do, you're gonna end up pulling the ivy.
yeah. We'll do that on the 3rd.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It just didn't, the way it was worded, I couldn't get it through my
Yeah.
head.
It made sense to me when you said it, because I
Did it?
said the other part.
I shouldn't read it
It's
before
probably
time.
exactly how I said it too. Very confusing.
So I guess that'll be new business after we approve this. I gotta make a comment.
So once you guys are done, if I get a motion to a motion to approve and a second.
I could make a motion to approve the minutes as read.
Okay, wait a second. Because we aren't supposed to call it frisbee golf.
Oh,
Just,
disc golf.
that should be disc golf.
Okay,
Yep.
Approved with correction.
yeah. So I have a motion to approve with the correction. Can I get a second?
Second.
Uh, all in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. You have something?
okay, I know we're gonna have a special, another meeting for Cut the Gut, but, so that donations for Sankey Park from our minutes from last time, that would be great. They had, what's that thing called where it's a, just take your phone, the box?
Venmo.
Oh, QR code
Yeah. That would be really, really good.
to have at the event?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have it from minutes from last meeting that
Mhm.
needed revenue and potential donations for Sankey Park.
Yeah.
So if we had that and information about it, that'd be really good. Because some of
Absolutely.
those car drivers, they put a lot of money into their car, and I bet you they can give easy $100 towards a park. My thought.
Yep.
Good
It's,
idea.
it's easy to create a QR code for the payment, because that's what I did before. And they just have to scan it and then they can go directly to our payment module.
Nice.
Okay,
Plus, I have still have the big jar.
yeah.
Stick it on there too.
Okay, any others?
Just a quick tree maintenance update. At Walkabout Park, we took up one of the plums that died. Well,
Yeah.
the second plum is dead. I mean, it's sprouting below the graft, so
Oh.
it's just a shrub. So I sent a note to the guys, take it out. So that little walkabout is now going to be a blank slate,
Ah, good.
which is grass. So we just want to do a bench or something there
Awesome.
down the road.
Yeah,
And then just a couple other things for the guys to look at. There's still a dead birch at Clover Park by the bridge. And the cypress and the elms are looking good at North Side. So it's just the decision if for their maintenance needs, if they want the cypress to have branches to the ground or if they want to
Oh.
move them up.
right.
And I said I'd be happy to go out there if you guys want to prune, and we'll just take it up slowly,
Yeah,
you know, over the next few years. And the maples are looking good at Evergreen. They're slow to leaf out, but
Yeah.
a lot of maples are. It's kind of, everything's all kind of on a weird schedule.
It's cold weather.
And the cherry blooms and the dogwoods at Sankey, all those trees look good.
I looked at them yesterday.
Yeah. So I've just been kind of out and about looking at things as everything's starting to
Yeah.
come back to life. And do we have any vendors or any other, we said the tree people, so nobody else can come to
Yeah.
our day? Okay,
Yep.
that's fine.
Nope, it's just us.
That'll work.
Okay, well, thank you. And I'll close the meeting.
All right. So show us how to fold these.
Oh,
I forget. I'm doing backwards.
I don't know.
You guys having a folding party?